God bless you. It's Reverend William Henry. Another Chance Mentor Project, Everlasting Life Foundation Ministry. I'm here today to talk about recidivism, moving people out of poverty through mentorship to reduce recidivism. And you may have not been to prison, but you're living in poverty, low income. Because poverty is not low income. It's a state of mind. It's a state that you are kept in. All right? So you must be moved out of that. Okay? You got to be moved out of that state. Day one. Okay? And every day, if you look back, it'll reflect back to day one in poverty. Okay? So, let's get started with day number 3. Okay? Or part 3. But I'm going to call them days. Day 3. Evil does not exist, or at least it does not exist unto itself. Evil is simply the absence of God. It is like the darkness and cold, a word that man has created to describe the absence of God. God did not create evil. Evil is not like faith or love that exists just as does light and heat. Evil is the result of what happened when man does not have God's love present in his heart. It's like the cold that comes when there is no heat, or darkness that comes when there is no light. By the great Albert Einstein. Day 3 on poverty. The Bible tells men to love your wives, but none of the old versions of the Bible say women to love their husbands. Why? This whole day is a bunch of questions, okay? So just bear with me. This is a self-reflection, okay? It's a bunch of questions. So why? Who do you love? Do you love yourself? Sometimes we end up with a partner to appease someone else. Uncontrollable urges have us with someone we don't love or care for. Can you understand that? Uncontrollable urges have caused you to have kids that you're sorry you had. But you have them now, so they're your responsibility. Let's go back. Why does the Bible tell men to love their wives, but don't tell women to love their husbands? Why is that? Push pause. Think about it. Come back. The answer is simple. Because men are stiff-necked. That's the Bible's terminology. I say we're fools. We let our urges run rampant in us. We don't do the right thing when we should. We marry people and then don't follow the vows and then expect the marriage to turn out good. We be with people. We sleep with people. Have kids by them by accident. Why? Because there's no love in your heart. You're living off of sexual urges. You're living off of emotions. See, this is where the most important word in the Bible comes in. Discipline. We must learn to discipline ourselves. I mean, listen, if you had kids by someone that you didn't want to have kids by, there's nothing you can do about it now. But that's your responsibility. Take care of that kid. Okay, if you don't know if it's yours, go take the kid out for a dinner or something and swab his mouth and send it off. But if that's your kid, take care of your kid. Okay? Period, point blank. All right? You made them. You did the act. Now pay for it. Okay? Do you love yourself? Who do you love? See, that's another thing. A lot of us don't know what love is. Yeah. A lot of us don't even know what love is. You know, I've been to prison before. And when I got out the last time, which was 2006, I had met some guys in jail, right? We're friends to this day. When we hang the phone up, we say, hey, I love you, man. Because it's a brotherly love that we came to one another with. Love, a true, pure, brotherly love. And we don't know what that is. We say we love people and we go to court and tell on them. We go to court and lie on them. And we say we love them. I know. Some of y'all say, oh, I ain't never told on nobody. Yeah, okay. All right, if you say so. I went to jail for something I ain't do. Okay, maybe you did. But that was foolish. Why you gonna go to jail for something? That means you're foolish. That don't mean you don't love nobody. Because if you loved your son and your daughters and your mother and your father, you wouldn't have went. You'd have said, I didn't do that. Bob did that. I'm not going to jail for Bob. Where is your love? Who do you really love? See, that's what we don't see. See, we take this word love and we give it to people that don't deserve it. We put it on people who don't need it and don't want it. They say they love you, but their hearts is far from you and from God. You know, I tell people, I say, you know, I'm a Christian minister, but some of my best friends is Islamic. They're Muslims. They pray 7 times a day and fast and doing a Ramadan and the reason why I love them so much is because of their discipline. Discipline. When you love somebody, you love them through thick and thin. Another woman don't come by and you say, oh my God, I gotta have her. Oh no, I love my wife. Because see, I know that when you discipline yourself, you don't worry about what other people think. You don't worry about impressing other people. It's all about you then. And it's all about God. Because if you're satisfying God, you got to be satisfied. God sees all my needs. I don't worry about anything. Hallelujah. Do you love your community? Do you love the community you live in? Oh, I live right in the middle of Auburn and Governor Street. No, I don't love nothing about it. Got guys out there selling drugs and they got I don't love it. How could I love this? Well, you can't change it if you don't love it. If you love it, you can change it. Where have you lived over the past 20 years? Have you lived in the same neighborhood, around the block, around the corner, up the street? You can't change it if you don't love it. And you can't move out of it because you're in poverty. Back to that again. Day one. Do you get along with your neighbors? Anger issues, where do they come from? Day two. Generational curses. And day one too. Does the community understand your personal problems with recidivism? Do people really in the community, you go to church, do they really understand why people keep going to prison? Or has it just become acceptable? Well, Johnny back in jail again. Oh, well, he'll be out again. Maybe learned his lesson. Yeah, but how did Johnny get back in jail? What needs weren't being met for Johnny to send him back to prison? To send him back to the streets and crime again? What did Johnny need to not go back? Why is it, fatherlessness, why is it that the orphan or child of a single parent leaves his children? He was a single parent, but he left his children too. He got children all over town. Why? Why does that happen? No discipline. No discipline. You have to find self-love before you can love someone else. You can work on self-love while you are with your partner, but you have to make it work. This is where discipline supersedes all internal feelings. Discipline supersedes all internal feeling. Discipline moves you from self-love to loving your partner, your community. Love is a big word, and once you understand what love is, it will change how you look at the world. Okay, first, you have to love yourself. You have to get an understanding of what love really is. Then you have to love your partner. What? Well, I don't want a partner. Well, maybe you need one. Maybe that's why you keep going back to jail, because you don't love nobody. You don't love yourself. You don't love nobody. And you need somebody to love. But the people you want to love don't love you. So, self-love. You got to find out what love is. You got to love you. Then you love your partner. And once you love them too, then you can love your community. You can love your church. You can love the people at work. Oh, I hate my job. I hate going to work every day. Why? Get another job. Oh, it ain't that easy. No, it ain't that easy. But I ain't going to work every day hating people at work. I ain't going to work every day hating my job for years. No, get another job. You can do that. That's moving out of poverty. Oh, I ain't in poverty. Where you live at? Because see, poverty, you can have money in the bank. You can have money in the bank and still be in poverty. Day one. It's not financial. It's a state of mind. It's a state of society. Not my society, their society. They put you in this, not me. I'm trying to get you out of it. And once you awaken to this, once you love this, then you can move out of it. Move out of poverty. But to move out of poverty, you got to discipline yourself. You gotta look into yourself and find out what issues ain't right. Whether it's generational curses, whether it's racism. Well, you can't do nothing about racism. So I would just admit to it that what they did was racist and step over it and step over them and keep going. The same way they step over you, step over them. Ask God to take care of it. Because I found out something. If God put it on them like he did me, hey, God put it on me. All right? He beat me up all different kinds of ways. But guess what? I'm a changed person today. And I'm trying to change your life. So listen. Don't get caught up in today's world. Don't get caught up in that. Step over it. Move on. I got mental issues. I'm bipolar. Okay, so you need help for that. Let's get help for that. All right? Let's get out of poverty. Let's remove our minds from poverty. Okay?